So, so I'm gonna go over the trade that I took in the morning session, especially in forex and futures today. Just nowadays, I'm start to trade forex as well as futures, and today is a fine day. I'm gonna explain why I agree with the buy entry for today. This is a daily time frame in Nasdaq. Market is completely bullish, so the order flow for these days are now these days from almost April 20, April 8 until this point is completely bullish. Just go to 4 hour. 4 hour gives everything for me. So the recent price tap inside the fair value gap. What happened here? Price just sweep is high getting swept, big displacement to the downside. Once the price reach this point, the breaker aligned with this fair value gap start to give bullish reaction all the way towards upside, and it's flip this fair value gap. So it gives me the bias. It sweep big dump to the quick dump to the downside. Once it reaches the forward bullish fair value gap, it start to reverse its direction, flip the recently formed bearish fair value gap. So the order flow is going to be this high. This was my game plan in the morning. This is for especially 4 hour time frame. This is particularly 1 hour. In 1 hour, what happened is once it flipped the fair value gap, it's flipped here in H4. No, in H4 there's nothing here for me to look up for. There is no fair value gaps here. But in 1 minute, this is a 1 minute, sorry, 1 hour bearish fair value gap. It's completely holding the price. What happened here is it's holding the price, kind of first leg, come all the way down, tap this fair value gap, go all the way up, sweep. So if this fair value gap, if this model is valid, if this swing is valid, this this swing low should break with big displacement, and it should also invalidate this fair value gap. If it happened, then I can expect the draw liquidity to be this low. Since the price come all the way down, once it sweep the high, expected this value come all the way down, fail to break and displace through this swing low. Instead just sweep the sell side liquidity inside the 1 hour bullish fair value gap and start to expand higher. There, so I identified this is going to be my first draw liquidity and this is going to be my second draw liquidity for the day. This was my game plan. The problem is I don't know where I can expect the market to reverse. I'm a bit confused with that. In M15, I don't see anything. So this is kind of the trade that I took in the morning session. With the help of my friend, I have to give that credit to my friend since he identified the entry correctly, and I just executed it with his words. Oh yeah, and this is my very first execution in my futures career. So the thing is, it's sweep the buy side start to expand higher, and every fair value gap respecting keep on pushing higher. So this is the last swing high that break. So I don't see anything like I identify it once it sweep, it start to expand higher towards this range, and it's invalidate this fair value gap as well. It's also flip this M15 fair value gap. It's invalidated. This is the swing high that broke and closed above. I didn't get any fair value gap though, but in 5 minutes I did get the fair value gap. So here I identify this bullish fair value gap. It's keep on holding since from the 7:42 until 9:20, uh, just before the market open. Like 9:30 is going to be the market open, right? So until that point, it's keep on holding the price. So I was a bit confused what I'm gonna do. I don't have any idea what I'm gonna do, but my friend has a good idea, which is nothing but once the market open, we can look for some sort of sweep either buy or sell side. Once it's sweep and it's flip its direction by flipping the fair value gap, any sort of fair value gap inversion. So we can go for an entry on targeting the recent liquidity zone. That's our target. But since we are bullish from the higher time frame, we willing to go for an buy entry today. So what happened here is Once the market open until this point, until 9:20, price keep on respecting this level gap. Once the market open exactly 9:30, price manipulate to the downside, sweep this low and this low. Got it right? This low and this low getting swept after the market open. It printed the M5 bearish fair value gap. Once it gets swept, big displacement to the upside, and it's clearly engineered a liquidity here. Big displacement to the upside, flip this M5 bearish fair value gap, and once it gets flipped, it acted as inverse and keep on pushing higher towards my drawn liquidity. This is going to be first drawn liquidity, and this is going to be second, right? So both drawn liquidity perfectly got hit. So in 5 minutes, it's a clear dump. Once it's sweep, big inversion, big displacement, come all the way down, close above this range, above this body, come all the way down, and this fair value gap, which got flipped, it's acted as inverse, pushing higher towards my target. That's it. This is the move that I took in the morning session. The point is, I'm not holding the position. I keep on scaling my profits. I executed. My first entry was exactly at this point. I can explain in 1 minute. So in 1 minute, this is going to be the sweep, clear sweep. Once I got the clear sweep, once we got the clear sweep, we identified this structure shift. But the point is, to be totally honest, I didn't notice that M5 bullish fair value gap in the morning, sorry, bearish fair value gap in the morning session. I didn't notice that. I was completely into the 1 minute time frame. Some sort of liquidity has been swept. First leg has been swept successfully. Structure shift with big displacement, which leaves the bearish fair value gap in 1 minute here. And it's continuously holding, getting tapped, continuously holding the price, pushing higher, place out this engineered liquidity. So according to 1 minute, so this is going to be our target, right? So this is going to be our target liquidity. So what happened here is, once the liquidity has been swept, it clears out the first leg, give the structure shift with big displacement. This M1 bullish fair value gap, keep on holding the price, pushing higher. Once it clears out this liquidity, it's start to reprice. It's the same price action in same. This is the same price action we can obtain in every time frame. Once the liquidity, some sort of liquidity has been sort of rebalance to some sort of um, imbalance. Sorry, the inefficiency up to the internal liquidity zone. I'll explain in the Gbpusd. So yeah, go on. Once it gets swept, start to uh, give pullback. So at this point, I was a bit confused. Here I execute my position for the stop at this low. So I keep my stop at this point. And once the price take out this place of this high, created this bullish value gap, I move my stop loss to break even. At this point, I got stopped out. Once I get stopped out, it gives a big displacement to the upside, instant displacement, like the single displacement candle to the upside. And I move to 15 second. In 15 second, it makes some sense like a structure shift. Price rebalance to this level gaps. I entered my position again, put the stop loss at this low, targeting the highs. So inside this range, I keep on scaling the position. I was not that confident since I started trading this newly. I don't know where it's how it's gonna play, how it's going to move. So it's a great move, beautiful catch to the upside. So yeah, it's a simple model, bro. Sweep, structure shift, and in M5 it flipped the fair gap. I didn't notice that in the morning, but here it's a clear market makers buy model. Fair gap getting tapped, place out the equal highs, the engineered liquidity pool, rebalance to this fair value gap, kind of close below, but not, but failed to get displaced. Like kind of close below, but failed to get displaced or failed to give the follow through. Instantly displace higher, which is we can consider it as a structure shift. Keep on holding on this low, continuously getting protected until the down liquidity has been taken. Once the liquidity has been taken, it's start to give some retracement. So this is the entry that I took. Beautiful entry, fine. So now we move to Gbpusd. So in GBPUSD, it was like in high time frame, it's like go and sweep the high first leg getting swept, so I can expect some lower prices. That's what I need to do. In 4 hour, it gets sweep start to. I don't, to be honest, I don't have anything to say in 4 hour time frame. I didn't have anything at all. In the morning, all I just did is just marked out the marked out the daily high. This is the last day high. Sorry, bro. I did have a lot of things here. Sorry for that. Give me a second. Boom. What I did is I just marked out the daily high and daily low, and I moved to 4 hour. I didn't see anything in 4 hour significantly. It's kind of chopping around after sweeping this high. I expected this is going to be my drawn liquidity once it gets swept. It seems like low resistance liquidity run, so we can expect the price to reach this point. So that's for another day. I don't know when it's going to happen. So in 1 hour, it was dumb, not dumb clear. It was like, so this is where I marked my, okay, fine. So in this is only time, so 1 hour time frame. This is where I marked my daily day high. Price come all the way up, failed to take this low. Instead, this 1 hour bullish, sorry, bearish fair value gap, holding the price start to expand lower. So I was like, so some sort of liquidity has been sweep, price failed to take this high, and it's kind of straight dump. So I was like, inside this model, I can look for some sort of buying price action. I was completely bullish today and expecting this high and this high to take, expecting higher prices to be honest. So I marked up this bullish fair gap, expecting some sort of bullish price action. But the point here is, it's a clear trend line liquidity. So yeah, it gets swept, but this movement I don't like it. It's kind of structure shift. Everything has been structure shift. It's a fair value gap. Everything has been seems good, but the point is I don't like this kind of price formation. It's a clear engineered liquidity. So once this high has been taken, it's going to run through all those things. It's a low resistance liquidity run. So I marked out this fair value gap. In 5 minutes, 15 minutes, I did have this fair value gap, right? In this swing, in this whole swing, I did the only fair value which I got is this. So the point is I didn't see any kind of price action inside this range in 1.5. So this is that swing that I constantly look for the bullish price action. I I was like, okay, fine, I just marked out this. I like to see some bullish price action. Nothing happened, just sweep started to expand lower. But unfortunately, inside this range, I executed this entry without I don't have any reason, bro. It's a complete impulsive entry. I knew that. I zoomed into 1 minute and I was like creating some entries which is not good. I didn't see any parallel gaps in film 15. It is a parallel gap. So inside this range, price kind of give some reactions. It's nothing in M5. To be honest, it's nothing in M5. I don't have any model inside this range. I don't have any market maker buy model besides this thing. Besides this thing, until then, I didn't see any kind of market maker buy model here. In 1 minute, also, even in 1 minute, I didn't see anything low. But I executed my bullish price. But I executed my entry where it's here. So here I execute my first entry. I kind of it's inside the M15 fair value gap. I was like some sort of flip. It's a own creation, bro. To be totally honest, it's a own creation. It's not a valid model. At the time, it makes some sense. I executed the entry and put the stop at this low, and I was like very tight stop and very minimum small position, small risk, but it's not worked out. It's M15 fair value gap. Inside the fair value price, what happened? Good push to the upside. Flip this fair value gap. I was like, okay, fine. It's going to go higher. So I can expect the price to reach this point. So I was like, okay, fine. So this is where I going to optimize my point. So the point is, it's a clear selling continuation, right? Engineering the liquidity, sweep, structure shift, big displacement. Engineering the liquidity, sweep, structure shift, big displacement. So before I get proper entry model, I am not supposed to enter because the selling continuation is clearly going on here. But I was like executed an impulsive entry. I was like super bullish. Just because I'm super bullish, I executed this entry just below the H1 bullish fair value, just below the just into the M15 bullish fair value gap. So once the fair value getting flipped, it's not a model, bro. You have to wait some sort of liquidity to sweep, and you need to see the flip of the fair value gaps. At least the flip should be M5 or M3. Then only you can trust the model. You're not supposed to execute this kind of positions. Yeah, it's a clear impulsive model. The first entry, this is where execute. So yeah, so this is except that this is impulsive entry. I didn't see any market maker buy model here. The market maker buy model should be dumb clear. I was like got manipulated. I was like it's kind of I don't have any words to explain this. It's purely boredom, alpha mentality, whatever I can call it. It's entry that's just I entered just because I was super bullish. It's not a valid model. I didn't see it. I didn't have anything in high time frame like 5 minutes. In okay, fine. So it's flipped. I entered. It stopped me out, and I not even hold the price until it gets stopped out. At this point, I closed my position due to fear. What happened here is price just rebalanced to the last form of value gap. It's getting tapped, go all the way up. It's completely getting respected. Start to displace lower, breakout this fair value, break. So this fair value gap keep on holding the price, pushing lower. So so then what happened today? How I execute my entry? So once the price, once the price, what happened here is this is a M15 fair value gap, H1 fair value gap. Everything has been traded and price clearly sweep the liquidity. Once the liquidity has been swept, then I got my model. Now I can explain that. So I got my model once the liquidity. This is not only sell side but also Asia session low. So what happened here is so once the liquidity has been swept, big displacement to the upside. Now here it gives a structure shift. Got it? Liquidity sweep, big displacement, structure shift. This is the M1 fair value gap, and here I also got the M5 fair value gap, but I didn't notice in the morning session. I should emphasize here because that's the reason why I messed up my today's entry. So this is a fair value gap that holding the price now got ran through. So fair value gap getting ran through. So the swing, so the last swing getting break. So last manipulation candle before the structure shift. If I put my projection, it's beautifully projected this point. And what happened here is once the break happened, price rebalance to this bullish fair value gap. Keep on tapping this fair value gap, which is created nothing but the liquidity pool. Here it's clearly engineered the liquidity go all the way up. Once this internal sales buy sell liquidity has been taken inside these fair value gaps in M5 and M3. This is also market maker selling continuation, right? Sweep, structure shift, keep on going low, right? Once the price sweep the buy sell liquidity, enter this fair value gap, exactly like this breaker, it start to print the market maker sell model. Okay, it's print hello. So this is the last formative fair value gap. After sweeping this high, rebalance to this range, close out the first high. So this fair value gap getting flipped. The point is it's everything is good here, but there is no displacement, there is nothing here. If there is a displacement like this, it would be here selling continuation. We can expect targeting this low, but actually what happened here is it's kind of sweep structure shift plus this value flip. It's clearly clears out this liquidity, this engineer liquidity. And what happened here is once it reaches the M5 fair value gap, it's constantly holding the price and flip the bearish fair value of this only fair value gap here. It's get flipped and start to go higher. So this market maker buy model uh, is projected this target, but it's not directly achieved my target. It's just engineer the liquidity, sweep the internal buy side liquidity, come all the way down, takes clear this out. This low continuously getting protected. It's invest this level gap, big straight up move to the upside. Go all the way up, clears off this side. Great model, but the point is, I clearly identify the structure shift, the flip, everything. I executed the position, everything has been so good. And once the price rebalance to this area sweep, I consider it as a turtle soup. That's where I made the mistake. I was like once the price break above mm, engineer this liquidity. Sorry, created this bullish fair value gap. I move all my stop losses to this point, to exactly at this point. Unfortunately, it stopped me out because it's a clear liquidity. It's intermarket maker sell model, clears out the liquidity, stopped me out and started moving higher and higher and higher and higher. It was a total dumbest decision that I took in the morning session. I was like super frustrated after this move. Every single day I made the same mistake, same damn mistake, even though I knew this is the thing. So even though I knew my model, once it give the structure shift, once it give the displacement, it's most probably come and sweep the internal uh, buy or sell to form the turtle soup. So this is the turtle soup for the day. Once it flipped the fair value gap, it started to go higher. So the point is, I didn't notice the M5 fair value gap. So I was like, I was like, I don't know whether the bearish continuation going on or not. Once it sweep, it's print the market make a sell model. I knew that, I identified that, and it's come all the way down sweep. So once I identified this big displacement, I was super afraid. I was super scared. I closed all my positions. Once the price reached this point, I closed all my positions. Pretty much close, pretty close to break even, but 150K before I move my stop, it stopped me out at $200, I guess. It's a fine move. So the key takeaways from this entry is once sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity has taken out, you don't need to care about the fair value gaps. You don't need to care about the fair value gaps like the opposite fair value gaps since the liquidity has been taken. So before, if the price not approaches the liquidity, you can give some importance to the fair value gaps. But once the liquidity has been taken, structure shift once the price reverse its direction, you don't need to give importance to any sort of fair value gaps. You can target the reasonable high. You can target reasonable point. So this is where I got stopped out, and this is where I re-entered my position. Not in every account, or particularly in my live account. I executed the position and closed all my profits right here, and that's it. Once you take this high, enter the M15 fair value gap. I closed my positions, and I just walked away from the today's session. So this is now I'm not noticed one, and this is the inversion worked really well. This is the total soup for the day, and it's a valid model, bro. Valid by model. After close of the liquidity. This is all I need to do every single day, bro. So so what I missed today is this fair value gap. So this fair value that I missed that I failed to mark after sweeping, it's big displacement. This is going to be the M5 structure shift. Rebalance to this fair value gap. There is no candle close below this range. Please stop exactly at this point. Stop, not only stop, but also flip the recently formed fair value gap. So it indicate the market willing to go higher. And from M5 perspective, the optimal target is going to be this range, the low hanging fruit, the what should I say, the my confident draw. But bro, yeah. sweep, big displacement. So according to M15, once this area getting swept, I can expect the price to reprice to this point, at least to this fair value gap. This it's a big imbalance. But what happened here is it's go up, come down, and it's go all the way up, close above, sweep the high inside this value, which keep on holding and pushing lower. It's still the market makers. It's still the bearish model, just a short term buy. The reason why this fair value gap is not valid, it's just a panic sellers. I didn't see any model here. It's just a straight down move, and it's a clear panic sellers. It's there is no nothing here. There's a lot of imbalances here, and this fair value gap not even get filled, just only tapped. So most probably price come on approaches this point. I knew that, but I'm not confident with that. That's the thing. And and there is no model as well here in M15. There is no model. There is no fill of. There is no. Uh, there's nothing here. To be honest, there is nothing here, bro. It's just a straight dump. So most probably this kind of impulsive selling or buying should taken out, not to move some, not to print some direction. So that's it. Beautiful day, fine day. But unfortunately, I did the same mistake. I just micromanaged my position, and it's not clear. It's not give any profits to me. It's kind of sucks me a lot. Even though I identified correctly, even though I identified model correctly, the only mistake that I made every single day is I'm failed to put conviction into my model. I was like super confused whether there is a bearish clear bearish structure, whether the price going to hold inside this range, it's going to go lower. These are all the engineer liquidities like the low resistance liquidity run. So this is just a fake sweep. This is just a rebalance to this level. I'm not sure though. I was totally confused how long it's going to push. So until this point, I was super confident. After that, I don't have any idea. So since and my bullish Favali gaps not hold. So it was like complete mess. So but it's a clear thing. Like the major liquidity swept, big displacement, rebalance to the M5, keep on going higher, clears out the panic sellers, and then once it sweep the high, enter this Favali which keep on holding. This is also a market maker sell model again. The last Favali gap, holding the price, clears out this first high, tap this Favali gap again. Come on, give the structure shift, rebalance to this range, start to sell off again all the way towards this point. Okay, bro, have fun. That's it. Peace.